Bless, O Lord, this food. Give us a thankful heart. I can't even remember it now. When I was a kid, we did prayer for eating food. And so, yeah, some of it's a really nice idea. It's good to appreciate, everyone else's efforts that they've made. And, that's for some people, it's actually really difficult to pay for food and, have healthy food. So appreciate it. Good. And so I'm all for that. However, there's some things about grace I've learned, and it's very interesting because I think that a lot of the ingrained ideas in spirituality and in, religion about grace and about prayer is not quite right. Since becoming a medium by accident, I'm asking all the big questions, and even are there any prayers that up there, my mate Jeshua, do you like any prayers that we say? And at the moment he said Haipono, the Hawaiian prayer that's just 4 sentences. Forgive me. No, I'm sorry, forgive me. Thank you, I love you. That's it. And you just repeat that over and over. That's the one he says, yeah, keep that one. That's a good one. So I've been going, what about grace? And so grace, there's some things that are good about it and a lot that's wrong. Do it if you want to, and stand in a group and appreciate, what you've got as a collective, and remember why you're there together. If you feel good doing it, do it, yeah. But I'm saying there's another aspect to the whole grace thing that we don't really think about. So even if you say the words, standing up there as the most, important figure in a religion, but you've got addiction in your system, or you're jealous, or you're, got some, limitation, then when you pray over food, and that includes communion with the wine and the bread, if you have a limitation in you, even though you're saying different words, if you are not pure of heart, then you're actually embedding that negativity into what other people eat. And then it's coding in their system, because I've seen the work of that. I've been in a ceremony from a shaman who had addiction and anger and, other jealousy and emotional regulation issues, whatever. Beautiful in other ways, yeah, awesome, and means well and all of those things. But this is a really big learning, because unless you're pure and you're breathing over anything in any kind of religious or ceremonial process, even over your own meal, the words don't really have the impact, but your intention and your own limits are coded into it. So that is super important, even in your own family as a parent who's serving children or whatever. You're passing on through ancestors, you're feeding them your limitations as well. So this is a world now where we all have to take personal responsibility for our own pure thoughts and limitations and clean them all up, and take responsibility and ask questions with, why did I act like that? Where did that come from? What work have I got to do to tidy that up? And if you're a spiritual practitioner, putting your hands on somebody, are you actually sucking the energy out of others for your own fueling up, or are you actually letting the energy from above come through you as a vehicle? So you 100% have to take responsibility for yourself. So this is not just woo-woo, right? Because I'm not a woo-woo person at all, and I'm super skeptical, and didn't want to listen to any human. Someone would say, you've got trust issues, and I go, probably, but it's making me very certain of the things that I see and the things that I understand to be truth. And I will not learn from a human. I will be shown through a trusted sort of spiritual connection, or scientific reports, experiences that are in a robust number of like research groups and things like that. But there is like one study. So there's Dr. Emoto is a Japanese doctor who did a study on emotion in water. And basically the intention and the emotion that people have over the water created different crystalline structures in the water, to the point where, like, if you were angry, then that muddied the water and it had like a really like ugly and horrible kind of structure to it. But if you put love and positive things, energy into it, then the crystalline structures created a positive sort of snowflakey, nice looking structure about it. The whole world is lots of water, right? And even our own body is lots of water. So if that is like evidence that our intention goes into the substances that have got a lot of water in it, and we're then consuming it. So we also know through quantum entanglement that DNA has a coding in it that is connected to an emotion. And even 400 miles away, if you split DNA and had an emotion here, 400 miles away, that same sort of DNA would have an emotional reaction outside of itself. So there's even just two little scientific things that say that, if you're breathing over liquid of a sort or even food with even the words are irrelevant. So you could be saying, have all the love in your heart and saying, you're a dickhead, aren't you a beautiful dickhead, I hate you. But you had an intention that would, have a positive effect compared to someone else who was, saying, you're the best, most beautiful thing, and I thank God for, this beautiful meal today. But you had like anger and jealousy in your heart, then it's going to transfer. So I think that whole idea of grace with words, to me, is really messed up. I would personally rather everybody shut the hell up and just sit and put loving light and into the food and into the drink that we're having, and positive, loving intention, and wash out any of the negative stuff that's embedded by others, or even fear in the animals and in the plants, as they've sacrificed themselves for us to eat, because we can't really live without eating something, and it's designed that way. And some think I'm being mean saying this, but there are animals that do come here to be an animal with a short-term life, just to experience what it's like down here, and they like a quick exit strategy, so they volunteer to be an animal that's going to be eaten so they can get out of here quickly too. That's another level of a different way of looking at the world. But let's just stick to prayer for food. So with grace, I think shut up, don't say any more words, and just put the most amount of love into it with the best loving intention, and even imagine white light, like purifying it before you serve it. So that goes for any like religious or spiritual practitioner who's doing things for others, but also for yourself. Like, clean it up with your intention, but shut up.